Alright, my name's Danny Maher. I'm a freshman in fall 2014 PRT152 class. My event that I did for the volunteer experience was pickleball, and that was with the NC Senior Games. To summarize the NC Senior Games, essentially they just put on a bunch of events for people like senior citizens, and it's just recreation outlets for them. Like they'll have, tournaments for track and field and swimming and table tennis, just stuff all along those lines. Now, what I volunteered for was pickleball, and pickleball is essentially an indoor version of tennis, where instead of a tennis ball, they have it's like a weighted wiffle ball, and they hit them with pickleball paddles, and the rules are pretty similar to tennis outside of that. I did this on October 14th from 1 o'clock, and when the final event ended, it was at about 5:30, and this was at the Bond Park Community Center in Cary. The participants were people, from about 55 to, actually 50, 50 to, there were some 75 and 80-year-olds playing pickleball. So they had it, all the age groups were separated by 5 years, so 50 to 55, then to 60, then to 65. That was essentially that. What I did while I was there, I was a line judge and a scorekeeper. So in the it was the bronze medal round for women. I do not remember what age it was. They were around, I want to say 65 to 70. I was making sure if the ball was ever going out of bounds, I had to call that out, and otherwise for scorekeeper, I was just saying who scored the point, who was serving, all that stuff. So what I learned academically, I learned about how much planning really goes into an event for something like this. The minute I walked in, I saw how much behind the scenes stuff was going on, like staffing, materials needed, getting the location set up, making sure everyone was where they needed to be. I saw how much, went into that. And I learned this by seeing how people were being called in every different direction by the higher up people, the people running the event, and I was impressed by how quickly the people were needed were found. This is important because in order to run a smooth and successful event, that's what's needed. You need to have everything done quickly and successfully, and everything just needs to get done. It affects my behavior because personally I'm a procrastinator, and if I were ever to wait till the last minute to plan something like this, I don't think it would go as smoothly as the senior game, the pickleball event that I volunteered for, was run. So then, professionally and personally, I learned that all people need opportunities for recreation. I learned this lesson by, what really stuck out to me was there was a lady, she was either in a wheelchair or a walker, or using a walker, but when it was her turn to play, she got up out of her wheelchair or got off of her walker and started playing pickleball, which really impressed me because the lady was obviously handicapped and couldn't walk or move or run, but she got up and played, and her face and just like the smile on her face it really made my day. This is important because even though everyone's senior citizens, and you'll see someone in a wheelchair and discount them for playing a game or a sport, they can commonly be overlooked. However, they still have fun, and we need to remember them when we're planning events, and we can't always be doing events for just youth, which is what I see happening a lot. This influenced me because it will make me consider all other people, regardless of age or any factor. Race shouldn't be playing an issue, but unfortunately it still does. But when I'm planning events, this is something I can consider, and I will be, looking outside of youth and looking towards senior citizens or maybe even middle-aged people. But overall, this was a very beneficial experience for me, and thank you for listening.